Hello everyone, my name is Madams and today I'm going on a rant about things that I hear from young producers that pisses me off, about like music production, selling beats, everything like that. Things that are just not true and are wrong and can lead you to bad places in your career. The house that I live in is going under some construction work right now, but I'm on that daily upload grind. So what you can do about that is, first of all, you can subscribe to the channel to support me, and then you can thank God that you can't smell me through the lens or microphone because it's not very pleasant. But yeah, starting with the number one lie that I hear about music producers is that music producers, beat makers, do not need to know how to communicate with others and keep up with relationships. I'm not talking about romantic relationships, obviously. I'm talking about customers, rappers, artists, other producers, people like that. This is completely wrong. As a music producer, you absolutely need to know how to communicate with people, how to keep up with everything that happens between you and that person. What is their preference for beats, what kind of beats do they like, what kind of sounds do they use in their music, do they like, even if they use a lot of ad-libs, you gotta know that and consider that when making beats for them. So it's very, very, very important to pay attention to your relationships between you and people that you work with. So, to think that only because a music producer can stay in their room and make music, they don't need to know how to communicate with people is completely wrong. And if you're a beginner and if you're starting your job as a producer, starting your career as a producer, you have to consider that as a thing. If you're introverted, if you do not want to keep up with relationships with people, it's not really for you. You're gonna have a lot of hardships in this job. Lie number two goes two ways. It's either that you do not need any gear, any good equipment, or either equipment is everything. Well, both of these things are wrong. Of course, you can start a career and start a good career, be successful at the start without any good equipment, without any good gear, without expensive gear. But of course, you will need better equipment or gear for the rest of your career. No, an expensive microphone and expensive audio interface is not gonna change your beats to like god level beats. But when you achieve that kind of skills to make good beats, yes, sure, a good microphone, a good audio interface, a good pair of headphones can help you a lot. Lie number three: one placement will change your whole life. No, this is not right. This does not happen. That's not how it works. Sure, it's gonna be good for your career, it's gonna like have a positive impact on your financial situations, but it's not gonna change your life. It's not gonna turn you into this god level producer just because you had one placement. So keep that in mind, because finding a placement is actually very hard and very time consuming. So if you want to have a placement, you really have to work hard for it. And just keep that in mind, that one placement is not gonna change your life. It's not gonna solve the problems that are outside of your career, in your personal life maybe. Of course there are exceptions. If you get a placement with Drake or Kanye, yes, that's a big deal. That can change your life. Lie number four: you have to know how to play a music instrument. This is simply not true. And keep in mind that I'm one of those people who says and preaches that music theory is actually very good for you and is essential for your career as a music producer. So I'm not one of those people that's like, no, fuck music theory, fuck this, fuck that, just because it's boring, it's not like exciting. I'm not one of those people. But at the same time, you gotta know that knowing a music instrument can help you actually be a very good producer, especially for coming up with melodies, because it's just very simple. You learn how to play a music instrument, let's say a guitar, that just helps you come up with better melodies. It's not like you're gonna fail as a music producer just because you don't know a music instrument. Oh my god, this last lie that I hear a lot is just so fucking absurd. Lie number five: you have to make like 20 beats per day. You do not need to make 20 beats a day. Why are you making 20 beats a day? It's, you don't need that. Why? Like, what are you doing with those beats? You know, I remember when I was about 16 and 17, about like 3 years ago, I used to hear from people like Miro, a very successful producer in the younger generation, and he was like, yeah, I made 20 beats today, I'm gonna make like 15 beats tomorrow. And everyone else were like, okay, then I have to make 20 beats a day. What they didn't realize is that Miro was sending out 50 beats per week because he had the connections. You know, he had big placements with Juice WRLD, rest in peace to him. He had placements with Internet Money and the artists they work with. So he had connections, you know. He had to make 50 beats to, you know, send the 10 best beats to like different artists, because they wanted beats. If you're just a beginner, you don't need to make 20 beats a day. What are you gonna do with those 20 beats? Yes, if you had an email list, if you had artists that asked you for new beats, yes, make 200 beats in one day. It's I'm not against that. But making 20 beats a day is not gonna help you that much. And you might say, you know, practice makes perfect. The more I make beats, the better I will get at beat making. That could be true, but when you make 20 beats a day, it's not gonna be true. Why? Because when you make 20 beats a day, you can't pay attention too much to the details and testing different things in each beat. You know what I'm saying? So if you make 20 beats a day, you have to just make a melody, make the drums, mix them, go to the next beat. This can't be very educational. This can't be very experimental. You can test different things out, see which one sounds better, and therefore learn new things. If you really want to practice more, keep it to 2 beats a day and finish them and try to test things out with each beat. You know, maybe like make a fast beat in like 160 BPM and try like short 808s. I don't know, like try snares in drums, see how they sound. And then for the next beat, go with a slow tempo, go with clap instead of a snare, go for a long 808, very like gangsta thing type of thing. And then tomorrow go for an old school beat, you know, like 70 BPM, old school like Mobb Deep type of beats. Yes, that way you will make progress, and that's amazing. But that you're not making 20 beats a day. You can just make 2 beats a day and spend more time on each of them. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry for my clothes, I'm not in the best shape as you can see. I hope to see you in the future videos, and bye for now.